Sometimes people spend their whole lives searching for happiness, chasing it through money, love, fame, or success. But what if happiness isn't something you find? What if it's something you already have, hidden in the quiet corners of your heart? This is the story of Clara, an old woman who lived at the edge of a misty mountain village. Her house was small, built from gray stones and sunlight. The roof leaked when it rained, and the windows whistled when the wind passed through, but Clara loved it anyway. She had no children, no husband, no riches. Yet everyone who visited her said they felt calmer, like the noise in their heads went quiet for a while. Every morning, Clara would step outside with her little clay mug of tea, smile at the rising sun, and whisper, "Another beautiful day to be alive." She tended to her small garden, growing vegetables and flowers side by side, color and life in every corner. In the evenings, she'd sit by her fire, knitting or humming tunes from her childhood. The villagers often wondered how someone with so little could smile so much. One cold evening, a traveler came to her door. His clothes were dusty, his eyes tired, and his face lined with stories of a long journey. Clara opened the door and said kindly, "You look hungry. Come, sit by the fire." She poured him a bowl of soup, simple but warm, and watched as he devoured it gratefully. When he finished, he looked around and said, "You live alone. You have no wealth, and yet you smile. Aren't you ever sad?" Clara chuckled softly. "Sadness visits everyone, my friend. But it never stays if you feed it peace." The traveler's expression softened. "You're a rare soul," he said, "and because of that, I'll give you a gift, a chance to change your fate. Outside your house tomorrow morning, you'll find 3 doors standing in the meadow. Behind one lies your deepest desire. Behind the others, disappointment. Choose wisely." Clara smiled, her wrinkled eyes full of warmth. "I don't know if I have any desires left," she said, but the traveler only nodded. "Everyone does, even if they've forgotten." The next morning, Clara stepped outside. The sun was barely awake, and mist wrapped around the meadow like a blanket. And there they were, 3 doors, one golden, shimmering in the light, one made of smooth wood, and one old and rusted, barely standing. Clara stood there quietly for a while. Then, with a small laugh, she walked straight toward the rusted door. The traveler appeared again, watching her closely. "Why this one?" he asked. Clara ran her fingers over the rough metal. "Because all the beautiful things in my life came from what others thought was broken. Old friends, second chances, forgotten songs. Maybe this door is like them." She opened it. Behind it, nothing. Just dust, silence, and the smell of time. The traveler frowned. "You've chosen wrong," he said. "The golden door held wealth beyond imagination. The wooden one held your youth, your lost years. But this one, it's empty." Clara smiled and stepped back into the sunlight. "Empty?" she said softly. "No. Look around you. I still have the same sky, the same breath, the same fire waiting for me at home. I didn't lose anything. I simply chose to keep what I already love." The traveler stood silent, unsure of what to say. Finally he asked, "Aren't you curious to see what you could have had?" Clara looked at him kindly. "If I spend my life peeking through other doors, I'll forget how beautiful this one is, the one I already live in." As she turned to leave, the traveler whispered, "You're the first person who ever smiled after choosing the empty door." Clara looked back at him and said, "That's because it wasn't empty. It was full of peace. And that's something gold can never buy." She returned to her little stone house, lit her fire, and stirred her pot of soup. Outside, the mountains glowed in the evening sun. She hummed an old tune as the traveler disappeared into the mist, carrying with him a story he'd never forget. A story of a woman who chose peace over promise. Because sometimes happiness isn't hidden behind the golden door. It's waiting quietly in the life you already have. In warm soup, in gentle sunsets, and in the courage to smile even when the door is empty. If this story touched your heart, take a moment right now to pause. Look around you. Think of 3 things you already have that make you feel grateful. And if you believe peace is worth more than gold, don't forget to like this video. Share it with someone who needs calm in their life. And subscribe for more stories that fill your soul with light. Your smile might be the story someone else needs to see today.